Dexter and me again at last, and at last I've done something I promised I was going to do, and I've made, believe it or not, a landscape photography vlog. That's right, I've taken my camera out and this time I filmed it. We've had a couple of storms roll in lately, Storm Kira and latterly Storm Dennis, which unfortunately claimed somebody's life quite close to here. A bit tragic. And with the high winds came a lot of rainfall, and with the rainfall of course comes water and whatnot. So I decided today to get out up to Knoll Country Park, high up above Neath, and to take some pictures in the woodland there, and then to go up to the Neath Valley to Aberdelyce Falls, which is a National Trust Heritage Centre where they got a lovely waterfall, as you can imagine. So I thought, well, now after all this rain we've had, that waterfall is going to be as spectacular as it's ever going to get, really. So I decided to go up there. But my plans were scuppered when, rather ironically, I found out that the falls had been flooded, would you believe, and it was shut. So we drove a little bit further up the Neath Valley to a little, which normally a little trickle or a cascade off the side of the hill there, but it was really like a torrent, so I took a picture of that instead. Yeah, so I've done all the filming out about on my iPhone, so the quality ain't that great, sorry, but it is what it is. And yeah, it's a landscape photography vlog, would you believe? Unfortunately though, I didn't have Dexter with me. I'm not able to walk very far, as you know, and he really did need some exercise today, so he went out with my wife for a really long walk instead of coming with me. But rest assured, in future trips, if I do make another one of these, if it's any good and you want them, then I'll take Dexter along with me for the ride. Anyway, sit back and enjoy, I think, my first ever landscape photography vlog. But you'll pretty soon realise that I'm not very good at this. Anyway. So, off out to try and photograph some abstract images this morning. So I've packed up the camera bag. I've got my GFX with its 32-64, and I've also packed the 23mm wide angle. It's got an 18mm full frame sort of equivalent. I got some filters with me. I brought my circular polarizer, and I brought some neutral density filters as well. Also in the bag I've got my flash, just in case. And at this time of the year I always pack a little bit of this silicone gel into the camera for when things get a little bit cold and damp perhaps. Anyway, so we're going to go off to Knoll Park in Neath. It's going to be a little bit of a walk for me today, so I'm a little bit scared, a little bit trepidatious, is that a word? But I'll take my time and see how things go. What I'm looking for there is a really old, gnarly old tree to go with this really gnarly old man, and hopefully take some abstract images of it. Right, bag packed, off we go. Right, well I spotted these really interesting leaves. They're a lovely golden colour, sort of the last ones clinging on after the storm, I guess, but they contrast beautifully against the dark green background. Problem is getting an image of them that's going to be sharp, because there's a lot of wind, they're very delicate, they're really blowing around a lot. So I boosted the ISO to 800. That gave me 1/60th of a second, and tried to wait for the calm moment, but I don't think that's going to be very successful. Anyway, onwards. And there is that gnarly old tree root that I've come to try and get a decent picture of. Let's see what we get, eh? It's lovely though, isn't it? Look at that cracking view. Well, I've had a look around. I
And I think this is going to be the best angle because the sun is hitting the tree. So I don't want to be shooting into the sun. Perhaps not quite as interesting as the other angle, but it's still lots of gnarled old roots. A bit of a pond at the bottom of the tree, and then you've got the tree growing up. So I think I'm going to shoot super wide angle with my 23 and shoot in portrait format. See how much of this we can get in that position I've arrived at. So you've got this lovely sort of long route here leading you into the base of the tree, into the sort of gnarled roots itself, up the tree. I'll put my circular polarizer on to try and saturate the image a little bit more, and also I'm going to have to focus that because I've got some stuff here in the near foreground, as you can see, and I've got the tree then in the background. So I'm going to shoot at ISO 100, shutter speed of, I think it's giving me half a second at f16, and I'm going to focus on the foreground, and I'm going to shoot another image focused. Here we go. Well, after all the rain we've had, I thought after Knoll Park I'd head up to Aberdulais Falls, which is a National Trust Heritage Centre where there's a lovely waterfall. And being as I can no longer hike to the distance, sort of distant waterfalls which surround us in the Neath Valley here, I thought I'd pop there. But we've had so much rain, it was shut. They've been flooded. But because of all that rain, I thought I'd venture about a mile further up the road to a little cascade, which is normally just like a trickle off the hillside here in Aberdulais. But after all the rain, I wondered if it would be a little bit more spectacular, shall we say. So let's go and find out. I can't get down there really for any sort of interesting foreground elements. But we'll have a look, see where we can get with my limited mobility, and have a go. Well, I think we might have a shot. I've set up reasonably low down, trying to use some brambles as a bit of foreground. I'll show you in a minute. I've left the 23 on, which makes the cascade look a little small, but it places it in the context of its environment, if you like. It's not a massive waterfall, so I can't really cheat and make it look like one. But this is the shot I've got. I'm going to polarize to take some glare off the water, and also to slow the shutter speed down a little bit. My polarizer gives me about a stop and a half. So if it's not enough, I have another photo with me to give it that sort of, I don't want to give it the dreamy waterfall effect because it's quite a violent cascade, but I want to give it a sense of movement. So I'm probably thinking something around a third of a second, half a second tops, and see what we get there. So I've had a mess around. Let's get back home, get these images from today on the computer, and see what we got. So next time you see me, I'll be back in the office.
Right, so we came back with 3 images, 2 shot in the country park and 1 shot at Aberdulais, and we'll have a little look at those in more detail now. I'm really happy with the image of the tree and its root system. That was quite a challenging image to make because it was kind of like shooting with a side light or into the sun, and it was difficult to expose that correctly, but I'm quite happy with what I've got. The second image from the country park, which was the first image that I shot there, is of these leaves, these lovely golden leaves. Now these caught my eye because, well, there weren't many of them left after the 2 storms that we've had. These little leaves were clinging on for dear life, and they made such a lovely contrast against the sort of really green, verdant background, if you like. So I shot that at quite a large aperture. I think it was f5.6 or f4 even, may have been, because I really wanted to isolate those leaves from the background. So I focused on them, and I said shot wide open to reduce the depth of field. The waterfall or cascade image was a real surprise. Whenever I've gone past that in the past, it really has been like a little trickle off the side of the hill. Not much to write home about, but with all the rain that we've had, it really was quite spectacular. But again, it was a tricky image to make because I couldn't actually get down to the level of the base of the waterfall. There's just no way down there. It was a hard image to get sort of like foreground interest. But I think I did the best I could with it. I didn't want a really, really long shutter speed, as I explained in the vlog, because it wasn't that sort of waterfall to do that. It was quite a violent flash flood, if you like. So I wanted to emphasise the movement, if I could, in the water rather than to turn it into some dreamy, ethereal scene. Anyway, so that's it. That is our first landscape photography vlog. I don't know if you like it. Let me know in the comments down below whether you like it or if you don't like it. If you want me to make any more of these, or if you'd rather not see my face on video at all ever again, let me know in the comments down below. Anyway, we will be back, regardless of what you say, with another video in due course. So keep watching, keep subscribing, and we'll see you again very, very soon. Bye bye.
It saddens me to think that the only ones I see are mannequins looking stupid.